Hello, everyone, and welcome to a community update. I'm ItanoCircus, and today we're going to talk about something a little bit more serious. And as you could probably tell by the fact that there's no overlay, there's no replays, there's no games that we're discussing, nothing of that sort. So today we're going to talk about something that some of the people I know in LittleWarGame have already been told about, and will slightly impact my ability to upload videos and do interesting content like that. So our story roughly begins around the middle of June, and this is now recording almost in the beginning of October, so that makes me about 3.5 months ago. Due to the course of normal work over here in Yokosuka, Japan, which is awesome, I encourage you to go to Japan if you get the chance, I had a concussion, and for anyone who's had a concussion, you know concussions suck, right? But because I was over here by a nearby hospital, they said, oh, well, your symptoms don't seem to be going away quite as quickly. We'll give you a larger break from work. After having that larger break from work, I came back and I still didn't feel at 100%. And so they said, here's some more medication, here's some more time off, and now we're going to look at you. We're in the nearby area. We have a hospital with the facilities. We're going to get you a CT scan just as a precaution. And they had an incidental finding that just about changed everything and set in motion the community update that I'm telling you now and the change of my life that happened. So they discovered a roughly 1/4 inch tumor in my pineal gland or pineal region. For those of you who don't know, your pineal gland is roughly back through here, kind of in the almost dead center of where your brain aligns. I mean, you might think it would be like here and here, but if you look at your head, it's not exactly a circle. It has this oblong shape to it, right? It's more of an oval. So after discovering that, we obviously had an MRI performed, and we discovered that we don't know what it is, but it's not a cyst, and we just don't know what it is. So I took some time off, and after multiple consultations going back and forth to hospitals and things of that nature, I finally saw a neurosurgeon over in Tokyo who has told me and the people I was working with in medical essentially, we don't know what this is. It's probably not a cyst. It might be something called a germinoma, which I encourage you to look up. There are a lot of interesting medical implications to that, such as the possibility of hydrocephalus or hydrocephalus. Someone's going to butcher me for the pronunciation. Possibly closing off the cerebral spinal fluid inside of my head. It could be a tumor in the sense that it disseminates things down through my spine, although that's not likely since we have had a lumbar puncture. You know what a lumbar puncture is? That's a fancy word for taking an enormous rod and shoving it into your spine until you hear the as it goes in, right? Not fun, but not that painful either. Now, granted, they did give me an anesthetic. So having done all of that, and we're not entirely sure what it is, I'm going to be moving from here in Yokosuka, Japan, all the 10-hour distance flight away, back over towards my fiance in San Diego, California, for an undisclosed and unknown amount of time. I'll likely not be coming back to Yokosuka, Japan, and it could take anywhere from a couple months to a year or even longer. It depends on what the highly specialized individuals over there determine it to be. So needless to say, from a LittleWarGame perspective, this is probably going to impact my ability to give you some updates. So the most that I know now is that if it is a pineal gland germinoma and it is not growing in size it's called a benign tumor. But if you ever hear benign tumor, okay, it doesn't mean benign in the sense that all is right with the world and fairies and butterflies and rainbows, right? It simply means that it's not tumorous. It's not spreading in a way that is in a cancerous indication. So it still impacts my brain. It still impacts things that are going on there. It will still require medical evaluation. It could be or become or is something much more dangerous, and we just don't know. So it's going to impact my ability to update in LittleWarGame on a regular schedule, and it's likely going to result in me after a biopsy. That's a fancy way of saying they need to get a piece of it. Remember where it is, right? In the center of my head? Yeah, that could be interesting. So after that happens and I take some time off to recover from that, they're probably going to put me through, if it is a germinoma, radiation therapy or chemotherapy. Radiation and chemotherapy obviously being very, very scary things for medical terms that just mean they're going to fry this thing out of my head until there's nothing left of it, which, cool, is a good thing, right? That's a great thing. On a somewhat personal note, because I try not, there's a lot of me invested in LittleWarGame, right? In the videos that I do, in the way that I am. I'm kind of a little bit bothered by it, just because worrying about it won't fix it, and it won't change all the things I have to do to get ready to leave Japan. But at the same time, I'm not entirely sure what it is. You know, I'll sleep a lot more comfortably once I know what it is. And I can see the distance with all four of my eyes, right, of the plan that they're going to take to go from this start position to this finish position. And hopefully it just is a start line of not good to a finish line of, okay, you're good, you're done. It's clear, nothing to worry about, and you're good. So, with that being said, I'm going to release this video, and then so you don't think this is a reason for me to disappear for another year, I'm going to release at least one more video today, which you should see. Alright, so I'm ItanoCircus, but for this video, I think I'm just going to be Robert, and I hope that I can get back on and do more stuff through LittleWarGame. Just understand if things don't come as quickly as they have before, that I do have things outside of LittleWarGame that I'm working on, focusing on, and I'll do my best to get healthy so I can come back to this and then come back to all the people who are enjoying this. So, thanks again for anyone who's given me their appreciation. As much as the Skype group gets maligned by themselves and other people like Econance, Yummy Blah Blah, Exicam, Venny, AC, and there's a whole host of other people in that group, and also other people I talk to like Dragon Archer Z, Zhao, and a little bit to TZK. All the people that I have talked to are just wonderful, wonderful people, very understanding, and I appreciate it. It really does mean a lot to me, even though we've never had a chance to meet. Hopefully we can correct that one day. Alright, so that's it for this video. Now to do a video that's a little bit more upbeat.